Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. I am going to be sharing a really powerful story of how I became an unstoppable badass. And I'm going to be sharing a story with you guys all today that no one on the internet has heard me share before. In fact, actually, nobody has heard me share this story before. Not even my clients, not family, like nobody has heard this story before. And I'm so excited to share this really powerful story with you of how I've become unstoppable. And at the end of this, I'm going to give you a really powerful opportunity for you to also become an unstoppable badass as well too. Now, before I dive into this story that literally nobody has heard me share before, let me know if you are here live watching. If you are watching live, drop live in the chat. If you are here watching the replay, drop a replay inside of the chat box. Now, I am going to play something for you to kick off this live stream, to get into the vibes, to get into the feels, and then I'm going to go ahead and share my story and then share the amazing opportunity. We have Aaron on live. There's other people on as well too, so make sure to let me know if you're live or if you are watching the replay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play something for you. Again, you can just close your eyes, feel the feel. Some of you guys have already heard this before, but I really want to anchor in this feeling of being unstoppable. Gallia! Oh my God, Gallia! I'm so happy you're here. The two incredible badasses. Welcome. Okay. Close your eyes unless you're driving and just let this audio almost like wash over your body. Let this audio fire you the heck up because I'm about to share something insane. Okay, here we go. Welcome to the greatest version of yourself. The version of you who's not just a badass. That's who you already are. The version of you who feels unstoppable in every single area of your life. The woman who faces her fears head on. The woman who seeks out every single opportunity. The woman who gives herself the desires of her heart. The woman who feels so free and safe to express herself and show up authentically. The woman who chooses to surround herself with other women who are unstoppable and truly going for it. The woman who learns to love the journey, the ups, the downs, the in-between, all of it. The woman who's in constant momentum. The woman who makes challenge moves far in advance because it gives her something to look forward to. I am your captain, Lorna Costa. We are getting ready to take off. I ask that you grab your carry-on bag that has any shame, fear, doubt, insecurity, and worry, and place it under the seat in front of you. You won't need it for this flight. Make sure your badass identity is claimed and locked in. You're romanticizing your life so much. Joy is overflowing your heart, and you're seated in an upright position, ready to receive all the magic, joy of life. All negative thoughts, beliefs, and old identities that aren't supportive can be turned off at this time. All shame, fear, doubt, feelings of I'm not good enough will be stowed away. Please fasten your seatbelts because you're about to embark on the greatest adventure of your life. One where you'll look back and be so proud of yourself for saying yes. One that will provide deep connection, love, sisterhood, more than you've ever felt before. One where you're going to feel empowered like the most unstoppable, badass version of yourself. On this airplane, please take note that turbulence may arise, but it's not anything you can't handle. Fears in the back seat. Doubt has been stowed away. Lean on your faith. Trust the timing of your life. Trust you will be okay. Trust you can make those big moves and handle anything that comes your way. If the turbulence ever gets too strong and you feel rocky, doubt creeps in, fear is loud, and negativity starts to flood your mind, tune into your heart, your breath, your intuition, your body, your soul, and pull on faith, gratitude, love, and strength within your heart. Lean on the people around you, the other badasses beside you, who will always be there to lift you up, to show you what's possible, to see the truth of who you really are. And at the same time, please be reminded that you come first. Once you've grounded yourself, reconnected to your own strength, that's when you're ready to support those around you. You can't pour into others until you've filled yourself up first. Get ready for the greatest adventure of your freaking life, where you will be surrounded by the top badasses, badasses from around the world, badasses who are going for it, claiming their badass identity over and over and over again, who strive for greatness, who are so committed to growth over and over and over again. This is your opportunity. You've already stepped foot on this plane. You've done the hard part. Now you get to choose your next destination. So, are you ready to become unstoppable? Welcome to the Okay. If you are watching live, if you're watching the replay, drop one word in the chat to describe how you feel after listening to that. One word inside of the chat box. If you're live, drop it live. If you're on the replay, drop it in the chat box. I want to know, how do you feel after listening to that? How do you feel? You can say it out loud to yourself. You can drop it in the chat box. Let me know how you feel. Goosebumps. Yeah, the first time I played this, I got emotional. Warmth, I love it. Yeah, so good. So I want to share the story that I'm about to share with you. Nobody has heard this story before, and I want to share about my journey of how I've become an unstoppable badass. So I used to be a health coach. I used to be a fitness coach. I used to be a personal trainer. This is how I started my journey. I was always very much into health and wellness and fitness, and I did personal training. And at the time, I attended a yearly in-person event with Andrew, my husband. We were both very much into health and fitness, and there was an in-person yearly event that we went to. So every single year, we would show up to this in-person event. And I am somebody who loves learning and growing and just honestly becoming the greatest version of myself. How many of you guys are like that? You're like, yes, I value growth. I love every single month getting better, every single year, like learning something new, becoming the greatest version of myself. Like there's something about myself, and there's something about so many of you guys watching this where it's like, I just can't settle. It's like, I value growth so much. I love learning. I remember even in university, people in high school, people would be out partying, and I'm like getting up at 5 a.m. to like research. I was like that crazy person. I just loved it. So we attended this 2-day in-person event basically every single year. I loved learning. I loved being in the room with other powerful people who understood me, people who got me, people who had similar visions and dreams and goals and aspirations as I did at the time. And every single time I left this in-person event, I felt more confident in who I was. I felt like I could take over the world. I felt like I can do anything. A fire was lit under my butt. And if you've ever been to something in person, you know that feeling, right? It's a different experience of just like getting in the room, feeling the energy, feeling the vibe of everyone else in the room who is just so committed to their growth as well too. I believed in myself even more. I would be like, Andrew and I would be driving home and it's like, I literally feel like I can do anything. And I remember sitting at this event, watching the incredible speakers share their story, deliver incredible value. And I turned to Andrew. This was in 2017. I turned to Andrew and I said, that is going to be me one day. Now, this event that I attended, everybody went to. Like, it was massive. They had like the top level speakers, okay? Like, it didn't make logical sense of how me, this little person who was insecure and doubtful and fearful, and I had an unhealthy relationship with food at the time. I was not confident. I was nervous. I was doubtful. I was fearful. But something in me, like this weird, crazy part of me was like, to Andrew, that's going to be me one day. Because there's something about getting in the room where you literally feel unstoppable. I'm like, that's going to be me. I just believed in myself so much that I was like, one day I'm going to be the person speaking at this event. And I remember my mom telling me, like, Lorna, you're going to do big things in the world. Like, my mom's like, I don't know if any of you guys know Chalene Johnson. She was very big into like the Beachbody stuff way back when I was into health and fitness. My mom's like, you're going to get on her podcast one day. Like, my mom just told me that I was going to do like these big things in this world. And I never really understood what that meant, but I had this feeling in me. And so I said to Andrew, like, that's going to be me one day. Like, I'm not going to just like get in the room, but like, I'm going to transform my life. And like, I'm going to be the one speaking. And so didn't really think too much of it, but I just had this feeling of like, I want to go bigger. Like, I'm ready to transform my life. And Andrew and I went to this event year after year after year. And then in 2019, this is when I stopped going to this particular event because I needed a different room. It was a health and fitness event, and I was more focused on now like my relationship with food and my confidence, self-love and boundaries and becoming unstoppable and feeling like this badass. Have you ever felt like you've outgrown a space? It's like something served you at a time in your life, but then you feel like you're growing and you need a different room. I remember even Galia on the call, she's incredible, and she shared something, I'm going to probably butcher this, but it was like, you know, if I feel like I'm the biggest person in the room, like I need a different room. And that's how I felt at the time. I was like, okay, like this was a season for me, like health and fitness, and that was all great, but I was like, I feel like I'm meant to be in a different room. Like I want to be expanded. I want to work on, again, like my relationship with food and, you know, my relationship and self-love and confidence. Like, I don't want to just learn about like health and fitness. And so Andrew kept on going to this event and I listened to my intuition that said like, I need to have different level conversations. And I was really, really excited about that. So 2019, came from Andrew first. Great words of wisdom. Yes. So fast forward to 2019, that was the year that I really worked on my relationship with food, and I really worked on, you know, my body image, and I worked on just being able to eat like a normal person without like this obsession, without like overthinking, without feeling guilty. Like I just really worked on my relationship with food. And 2020 was the year that I started helping other women with their relationship with food. Because if you experience something that transforms your life, it's like you can't hold that information back. And I had this fire within me that was like, I need to share this information with the world. And people were telling me, like, you're the only one that gets me. I feel so seen here. I feel like I belong here. And that's when I developed the Incredible Badass community. And if you're live or you're watching the replay, drop a yes in the chat if you're part of the Badass community. Many of you guys, I think all of you guys on right now are part of the Badass community. And so I developed this Badass community. Now, I didn't want to just help women with their relationship with food. I wanted to help women feel empowered, to love themselves in a way that they've never ever loved themselves before. Like unshakable confidence. Oh, okay, you guys gotta let me know if you can still hear me because the video just went a little bit wild. Yes, so proud to be here, yes. So I wanted to help women have unshakable confidence, to truly love who they are, to feel proud of themselves, like a badass that can overcome anything. And this is really where I created the Badass community. I was like, I want to help people feel empowered as they are working on their relationship with food. I want people to literally feel like they can overcome anything, like whatever it is that you want in this world. I want you to know that you deserve it. An amazing relationship, like let's frickin' go. The body that you feel most confident in, let's frickin' go. The health that allows you to have so much energy that all of your health markers are in check, like let's frickin' go. Food that just feels effortless, you can eat like a normal person, like let's frickin' go. And I never really saw women talking about this. I saw other coaches on the internet talking about like, okay, stop dieting. Okay, stop tracking your food. Let go of your food rules. Stop weighing yourself. Eat intuitively. Listen to your body. Heal your childhood. And I couldn't really relate. Like, I couldn't talk about those things on a basic level anymore. And I'm going to be so honest, if it's cool that I'm honest on this training right now. I got so bored talking about like, let your food rules go. Okay, stop restricting. Like, you guys all know that, right? But why do women still think about food all day long? Why are women still using food to comfort themselves? Why are women still overeating? And I recognize it's because there are so many people that don't know how to communicate their needs in relationships. There are so many women who are so incredible that are still comparing themselves to other people. They're not actually owning how amazing they are. You're not owning how incredible you are. You're still carrying shame around things that you've been through in the past. You feel shame because you have a great career. You have a great family life. Your life is good, but you still think about food. You're still overeating. And you're letting that make you feel shame. You're not letting yourself actually be seen for who you really are because you still care a lot about what other people think. And that's preventing you from being unstoppable. And when I let myself be free, I mean like truly free, like owning who I was unapologetically, letting go of any shame, owning my worth, actually loving who I was, communicating my needs effectively, having strong boundaries, because that's what unstoppable badasses do. That's when I felt free. That's when I fell in love with myself. That's when I released weight. Food wasn't on my mind. I was in a body that I felt so confident. Like I can walk into any room and be proud of the body that I was in because it was a match to the high standards that I have for myself. It was a match for how healthy I love to eat. And this happens when you know how to communicate your needs. You don't bottle up your emotions. You speak your truth. You have a conversation with your partner and you move on. You don't bottle things up. You don't say, "Oh, like this is really upsetting me and I'm just going to let it be on my mind." You actually speak up for yourself. If something is bothering you, you have a conversation. And you avoid self-soothing with food. You avoid turning to food for comfort. When you love yourself so much, you have high standards for yourself. You have boundaries that protect your energy, that protect your peace. You don't let anyone walk all over you. When you stop caring about how other people view you, and you just show up so unapologetically as your true self, that's when you feel like the real you. You're not like putting on this show of like, well, I want these people to like me, so I need to act in this way. You're like, this is who I am, and you just show up unapologetically because you know who you are and you love who you are. And so I did this. And people started asking me, what workouts do you do? How do you eat? And I'm like, that has nothing, that's such a small fraction of what I'm actually focusing on. Actually, I went on this journey to fall in love with myself, and I healed my relationship with food, and I started owning who I was, and people became drawn to me because I let myself step into the woman that I knew that I was meant to be. My relationship with Andrew improved. I became to be more calm and patient throughout the day. The other day, Andrew and I were driving back from, where were we? Can't remember where we were. And we were just talking about how I used to be snappy. And now I'm calm. Andrew says, like, you're one of the most like intuitive people that I know. And that's crazy to me because I felt like in the past I didn't have an intuition. I just always asked other people, like, what do you think? Like, what do you think I should do? Because I didn't trust myself. I didn't have an intuition. Andrew says to me, you love just like going with the flow and being spontaneous. And that's crazy because I used to plan everything. I was this control freak. I needed to know in advance. I need everything to be so planned out. This perfectionist. Now I can just go with the flow and be spontaneous. Because I trust myself, because I love myself. And he said people would be very lucky to spend a day with you, to see how you operate with your habits, your routines, the high standards that you have for yourself. And that's because I let myself fully transform into this badass. I decided that I was the one. That I'm not going to just look at other people who were calm throughout the day. I was going to be the one that became calm. I wasn't going to look at other people who were in these healthy, strong, fit bodies. I wanted to be healthy, strong, feel like a badass in my body. I didn't want to just look at other people who were confident in who they were. It's like they walk into a room and like they were just glowing. It's like there's something about them. I became that person. I chose to step into her. And that's when I truly transformed. So it wasn't healing my relationship with food that got me here. It's like, yes, that's a piece of the puzzle, but I didn't want to stop there. Because even though I started feeling better around food, I was still comparing myself to other people. I was still caring so much about what other people thought about me. I was still in a body that I didn't actually feel like it was mine. And when I focus on all these other areas, I felt the most me. Drop a me in the chat if you know that there's a version of you that feels incredible in your own skin. There's a version of you that gets to wake up filled with joy every single day. You love who you are. You love your life. You're calm. You're relaxed. You feel at home in your body. You're proud of yourself every single day. You're going for it. Like you're living this extraordinary life. so extraordinary that you have these pinch me moments like, how is this my freaking life? Yes, me. Of course, Gallia. Like, of course. Gallia is the definition of unstoppable. So, continuing the story about the event that I used to go to, okay? Yes, Erin says me. So I was transforming, okay? I started becoming more unstoppable because I truly let myself be free, and I let myself really step into this woman that I knew that I was meant to be. And last year, randomly, not so randomly, I don't believe anything just happens out of random, Andrew got an email from the event that we used to go to every single year. And the email said that they are looking for speakers. This was the event that Andrew and I attended every single year that lit a fire under my booty. And I turned to Andrew and I said, one day I am going to be a speaker, leading woman. And Andrews turned to me and he said, you should apply. And I was like, maybe no, I don't need to apply. Like, it's fine. Like, no, maybe not. And I had 3 choices. Number 1, I could say, I don't need to do it. My life is good. I can just continue doing what I'm doing, aka letting fear get in the way or pretending like I didn't actually want to do it. Number 2, I could say, I'm probably going to poo my pants. I've never done that before. It's out of my comfort zone, so no. Or number 3, I could step into my inner badass, the woman who leans into her fear, who makes a big move and applies. So what do you think I did? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? What do you think I did? Do you think I'm like, no, I'm just going to stay comfortable? Do you think I let fear get in the way? Or do you think I said, holy moly, this is going to be scary, and I'm still going to do it? Of course, I went with option 3. This was last year when I applied. And I had no expectations. Thousands, hundreds and thousands of people apply. Hi, Tracy. Thousands of people apply for this. Erin's like 3 for sure because you practice what you preach. Yes. And so I remember literally pooing my pants as I was applying for this. Like, there were so many times doubt creeped in. It was like, well, like, they only choose like the best of the best. And, you know, like, all these things clouded my mind, right? But I said, I am an unstoppable badass. So I made this move without any expectations. I trusted myself. I know that I'm incredible, but there was not really any expectations or attachments to the outcome. It's not like, oh, if I don't get this, then I suck. I did it more for, even if I don't get this, I am making this move for myself. This is really important part of the story. I was not attached to the outcome. Well, I'm only going to be unstoppable if I get this. Where do you do that in your life? I'm going to only reach for another higher job, and if I get the job, then I'm going to feel good about myself. I'm only going to reach out to this friend, and if, we end up being friends, then I'm going to feel incredible. No, I did it for me. I just did it because I wanted to be courageous. A badass does things that scare the living bejeepers out of her. That's why I chose to do it. 0 expectations, not worried about the outcome, not attaching my worth or my identity to this outcome. But I said, I trust, I'm doing this for me, I'm making this badass move for me. Okay, and that was last year. Now, we're going to pause that story and we're going to come back. So, I applied last year and I just kind of let it go because obviously they have to go through applications and all the things. But I did it for me. So coming back to, I just kind of went about my life, and I continued being my unstoppable badass self. And I never saw anyone really talking about healing your relationship with food in an empowering way. I never really saw people talk about like make big moves and step into the greatest version of yourself as they were healing their relationship with food, right? It was like I seen people talk about like love yourself, self-love, and release your food rules and all these things. And I wanted to be different. I never saw anyone host an event that was about becoming unstoppable. And I was like, this is my thing. Like Erin said, I practice what I preach. And so I wanted to create a space where there was women who had this fire within them that knows room for the woman that knows like I'm meant to do really big things in the world. To get all these badasses in one room to connect, to rise together, and to really feel unstoppable. Because let's be honest, the people around you do not get it. Your mom doesn't get your growth. Maybe she's starting to. Maybe a family member is like starting to understand, but they don't really understand. Your friends don't really get it. Your coworkers don't really understand. And sometimes you have a lot of shame for really going for it. Sometimes you feel shame for continuing to grow. I had a really powerful call with some of my higher level clients yesterday. And they shared with me, they said, there's something in me that continuously wants to grow, but I don't want people to think I'm better than them. Like if I keep on growing, I don't want people to think like, oh, I think I'm better than you. And I shared, we had this powerful conversation. I said, when you want to continue growing, that doesn't mean that you're trying to be better than anyone else. What it actually means is I know that there's something within me, like there's this gift within me, and I can't ignore it. I know that there's so much more that I'm actually capable of. I just scratched the surface of what I'm actually capable of. How many of you want to be the best? Drop it in the chat, yes. And I mean like the best, like you want to be the best at your job. You want to be the best mom. You want to be the best daughter. You want to be the best partner. You want to just be the best because you know that you came here for a reason. You know that you just scratched the surface of what you're actually capable of. These were the conversations that we had with my clients yesterday. Yes. So I created it was this year. Oh my God, it felt like so long ago. I created the first ever Unstoppable Badass event in March of this year. And if you're live or you're watching the replay, drop a heck yes if you were there. Galia was there. Many of you guys were there. And I decided to host the first ever event in Florida. Women all over the world stepping into their power, owning who they are, deeply connecting with other incredible badasses, feeling safe to show up as themselves, healing and laughing and crying and feeling unstoppable. Galia says it was awesome. Yes. It was the most transformative experience actually getting in the room. And I from that event. And first of all, that was a big move for me. Like that was a courageous move for me because I could have easily said, everyone get on a Zoom call. Everyone get on a Zoom call. But I knew the power of being in the room would change everything. One badass who attended has a better relationship with her husband now because she knows how to communicate. She doesn't bottle up her emotions. She's not using food for comfort anymore. Another client, as soon as she got her ticket, she felt unstoppable. She got a higher position at work. Her boss opened up these spots and she was the one who rose her hand and said, I can take this spot because she believed in herself. The moment she got her ticket was the moment she felt like she can do anything. She felt unstoppable. She flew from the freaking UK. When you make one badass move, you're like, I can do anything. So everyone that came to this event transformed, even me, okay? So I got home from this event. I was on cloud nine. I'm like, we just had the best conversations. Everyone's flying home unstoppable. It was less than a month after I hosted my first event. I went first. I put on this event and I was on a walk and I heard bing. I don't know if my phone actually does that. Whatever the signal is from my phone. And I got an email and it said, "Congratulations, you've been accepted as one of the top speakers at this event." And if you remember what I applied for last year, where I was shitting my pants and I was like, oh my God, am I actually gonna do this? I got an email that said, "Congratulations, you're accepted." I thought it was a fake email. I thought it was spam, but it said my full name. It shared my email. It shared my application on there. I was freaking the heck out because hundreds and thousands of people apply to speak at this event, and I got accepted. I remember calling Andrew. I remember texting my mom, like, what is happening? Like, I made this badass move last year, and I'm reaping the rewards today. And this happened because I made a move far in advance. I applied last year. And I knew that by making that badass move for me, I was going to transform the moment that I applied, because something shifts when you make a badass move. I saw myself differently. I believed in myself. I didn't say, well, this event isn't going to be until, like, this event is actually happening next month that I'm speaking at. I didn't say, oh, well, I'm not going to apply this. I applied last year. I'm not going to apply because, like, it's not until August. I'm not going to wait for what? Wait for other people to take the spot? Wait for other people to transform? Wait for other people to feel unstoppable? No, I am the one. Let's freaking go. Even though it was a year out, I was like, I'm choosing to do this for myself. I leaned into the fear. I said, holy shit, this is scary. That means go. Because most people will feel the fear and they stop. They don't radically transform their life. They might feel kind of badass sometimes, but a woman who feels unstoppable doesn't let anything hold her back. So actually next month, I'm going to be speaking at this massive event and I'm going to be pooing my pants. Like, I'm just being so radically honest right now. Like, this is a really big deal, but I'm doing it anyways. I chose last year to make a move for myself. And even though this event that I'm speaking at next month wasn't happening for like a full year, I know that the moves that you make today impact your future. The results that you have in your life today is a result of the moves that you made last month, 6 months ago. And your future results are directly related to the moves that you choose to make today. I wouldn't have gotten accepted if I didn't apply. I wouldn't have had the opportunity. If I didn't start going to the in-person events, Andrew and I in like 2017, 2018, and actually got in the room and transformed my confidence and actually believed that I can do anything and I can be this unstoppable badass, like, I wouldn't have hosted my first event and I wouldn't have had this opportunity. So I went first. And I know the power of making a badass move. I know the power of getting in the room. I know the power of surrounding yourself with the right people who also challenge themselves, who value growth as a human. Not just their relationship with food, but their self-love and their confidence and their health. I know that you want to be the best at everything that you do. The best mom to your children, the best wife to your partner, the best at your job, the best at your health. You want to be in a body you feel incredible in, and you will get there 10 times faster by making a badass move and getting in the room. Drop in the room in the chat. In the room in the chat box. So we had an incredible first Unstoppable Badass event 1.0 in March this year. And the impacts of being in person is unmatched. Like, I do so many Zoom calls, that's transformative, but getting in the room is what actually transforms you at lightning speed. You guys know, even last year I went to my mentor's retreat in Costa Rica. I choose to get in the room. And so because I chose to get in the room, I feel unstoppable. Because all of you guys who came to the first Unstoppable Badass event, you feel unstoppable. So I decided, I was like, we need to do 2.0. Like, there just can't be one event, because getting in the room is so transformative. It's not a Zoom call. Your identity shifts. How you see yourself shifts when you're in person, when you're actually in the room, in the energy with these powerful, incredible women. So I've created the Unstoppable Badass event 2.0 2026. Now, this event is for the woman that doesn't want to just be a badass. It's like, you know, you have so much more within you. You want to feel unstoppable. The woman who makes moves far in advance, because you know, as soon as you make a badass move, your identity shifts. You see yourself differently. You're like, I can literally do anything. You want to show yourself what you're capable of. You have this feeling in your heart that says, I am meant for more. Your life is already good, right? You all live a great life, but you desire more. You love growth. You love challenging yourself. You love the journey. You're like, I'm not stopping anytime soon. You don't want to just look at somebody who's in a body that feels confident. You want to be that person. You don't want to look at somebody who's crushing it in their career, or they feel calm throughout the day. You're like, I want to be that person. You don't want to just be part of any community that doesn't expand you. You want to be part of a community that lights a fire under your booty, that shows you what you're capable of, that sees you for who you really are. Now, this event is not for people who like to settle. This event is not for women that let fear hold them back. If you let fear hold you back, this is not for you. If you like being comfortable, this is not for you. If you don't value growth as a whole human, this is not for you. If you want to be in a community that you can, like, in a cute way, like, oh, I relate to you, but it doesn't expand you, like nothing changes, you're just like in this cute little community, like, oh yeah, we relate, like, but it doesn't expand you, this is not for you. This isn't for someone that wants to live a good life. This is for someone who is ready for radical transformation. You want to be around other badasses who rise with you. You want to support other badasses who rise with you. You're somebody who takes charge of your health. You take charge of your relationship with food, your self-love, your confidence. You know that you're meant for more. So, introducing the Unstoppable Badass Event 2026 2.0, baby. Now, there's a few different options. Now, some of you guys already got your ticket. Erin on this call, she went straight to freaking VIP. There's some of you guys who already got your ticket as well, too. You're not on this call. Catherine already secured her spot. There's 3 different tiers for the Unstoppable Badass event. Now, what you need to do to get the information is right now, I want you to send me a message, the word ticket. Okay, I'm going to share some bonuses, so don't go anywhere just yet. I'm going to share some bonuses that are exclusive for the people that join first. But all you need to do right now is message me the word ticket. I'm going to share the details with you, the 3 different options, depending if you want to go badass ticket, badass VIP. There's an Unstoppable Badass VIP ticket, okay, depending on the level that you want to play on. Now, there is exclusive bonuses for the badasses who go first. who say, I am the freaking one. Even if it's far away, even if it feels scary, I say yes to myself. I make moves that I'm proud of. Because the moment that you say yes is the moment your identity shifts. There's a whole other level of badass identity that gets turned on. And Erin, even drop in the chat, how did you feel when you got your VIP ticket to 2026? How did you feel? And Galia, when you came to the first event, when you got your ticket, how did you feel? Let us know in the chat box. The moment you say yes is the moment that you feel unstoppable. Even if the event isn't happening until 2026, just like what did I do? Last year, I made a move for myself. And I'm reaping the rewards right now, but also I transformed. The moment that I applied, I was like, I believe in myself. I am making this big move. And I didn't wait to transform my life. I took action. You start showing up differently. When your husband says something that triggers you and you just want to lash out and get angry and get snappy, you respond calmly. When plans don't go as planned, instead of freaking the heck out, you're like, I'm going to go with the flow. When you're super busy at work and all you want to do is comfort yourself with cookies at the end of the day, you breathe, you feel, you take time for yourself, you fill up your cup, everything starts to shift. So excited, felt amazing, love committing to it so far out and thinking about all the progress and badass moves I'm going to make between now and then. Yes! Yes. So people have already gotten their tickets and VIP spots have already been claimed, and there's limited spots for VIP. Now I'm going to talk about the bonuses, okay? Because I reward fast action takers, the women who go first. So for the badasses who secure your ticket this week, and by the way, how you get your ticket, you can't just like click a link. You have to message me the word ticket. So go ahead and message me right now, ticket. Hello, Jennifer. Message me the word ticket and I will share the details with you. Now, when you get your ticket before Friday of next week, so you have an entire week, you have until July 18th at 11:59 p.m. EST, you are getting insane bonuses. Number one, you're going to get an exclusive training with me before the event on how to show up as the most confident version of yourself at the event, which by the way is going to be so helpful, because imagine actually walking into the room already feeling like your most badass self, already feeling like I belong here, feeling so safe to show up as your true self. Imagine already feeling unstoppable. Before you even get into the room, you're like, I know who I am. I love who I am. The conversations that you have with people is going to change. How you absorb the information is going to change because you're like, I actually belong here. I belong in this room. So that's the first bonus. The second bonus, you're going to get a post-event training with me, where I will be supporting you in integrating everything that you've learned. Because if you've attended 1.0, you know you're going to learn so much. And this is different than last year. Like this is not remotely the same at all. What we have up our sleeve is completely different. You're going to have breakthroughs. You're going to have insane transformations. And I want to give you the ability to be able. Did somebody just message me? Oh, Kelly has messaged me. Galia just messaged me, ticket! Yay! I want to give you the ability to integrate everything that you've learned after the event. So not only are you going to get a call before the event, where you're going to literally walk into the room as the most confident version of yourself, so you can absorb everything that you learn, have the best conversations, be like, I belong in this room. But after the event, you're going to be able to actually be able to integrate everything and keep the momentum going. Because we all know when you're in the room, like you feel in momentum, you have this energy. And then afterwards, oh no, Galia, interrupt all you want. You messaged me ticket. I'm so excited. And Galia, you don't even know where this event is. You're going to freak the heck out. Galia, you're going to freak the heck out when you know where it is. Like you have to be there. Like you have to be there. So you're going to get a call afterwards to keep the momentum going. Now, number 3, the third bonus, you're going to get my brand new program, Freedom of Choice, included in your ticket. Now, this is a full program with me. Obviously, if you're a client, you get this already. But this program is going to begin at the end of the month. This program, okay, is called Freedom of Choice. This program is going to help you, no, not Mexico, not Mexico. This program, Freedom of Choice, is going to help you feel empowered around your food choices. So many of you guys are so used to, what is this nutritionist told me? Oh, this person on this podcast told me don't eat after 8 o'clock, and now that's getting tripped up in your head. Oh, well, this person told me watch my blood sugar spikes, and every time you eat, you're overthinking. That's not freedom of choice. Freedom of choice is I know what works best for my body. I know what works best for my body. I'm not following any other freaking rules that don't align with what makes me feel my best. So this program is going to allow you to have complete freedom of choice. Not, oh, what did this nutritionist say? You're not holding on to, oh, that other trainer told me don't eat after 8 o'clock or watch your blood sugar spikes, and that's making you get in your head and not have freedom of choice because you feel like you're boxed in. This is going to allow you to say, I know my body better than anyone else, so screw the rules. I'm actually going to listen to my body, and that's when you actually can sustain it long term. So this program is starting at the end of the month, and you're getting this included in your ticket, but only if you join before next Friday. Now, I don't want to have for you to wait until then because this program's not starting until the end of the month. So I wanted to also give you something that you can dive into literally today that can help you feel less impulsive, way more empowered over your urges, and no longer even feel an urge to binge when you're bored, stressed, or emotional. And I've had clients go through this next program that I'm going to share with you that you get included in your ticket. I've had clients go through this program and they have not felt a single urge in well over a year. I've had clients go through this program where they literally are like, Lauren, I don't even feel an urge to binge. Even Erin's on, she went through this program. She's like, I don't even have urges anymore. So this is one of my most popular programs. This is why I haven't had an urge to binge and emotionally eat and use food for comfort in 5 years. This is why I can stay home alone, be on vacation, make my favorite chocolate chip cookies, and have no desire to eat past fullness. And this program is called Stop the Urge. Now, this program is valued at $497. And you're going to get this included in your ticket when you sign up this week. You're going to get 5 powerful trainings to eliminate your urges, to feel less impulsive with food, and to actually be in the driver's seat of what you're eating, not your urges. Okay, I'm freaking out right now because what the heck? So when you get your ticket this week, by Friday, you're going to get a pre-event call on how to show up to the event as the most confident version of yourself so you can actually fully immerse yourself in the experience. I belong here. I feel so incredible. I feel the most confident. You can actually show up as your most authentic self. Build real connections, real relationships. You're going to get a post-event call. So everything that you learn at the event, you're going to be able to integrate with me and keep the momentum going after the event. You're going to get my brand new program, Freedom of Choice, happening at the end of the month so that you can actually feel empowered over what you're eating. Screw the rules that you've been told. Screw what this nutritionist told you. It's like you're actually in the driver's seat. You trust your body. You know what's best. You actually feel free in your mind. You're not trapped by the rules that you've been told. And then lastly, you're going to get my program, Stop the Urge. You're going to get immediate access to that. You can watch all the trainings this week and literally spend the rest of the month not even using food to self-soothe. It can be 8 o'clock and you're actually relaxing instead of eating. You have the house to yourself. and you take a beautiful hot shower, or you dance around the house, or you do whatever the heck you want to do because you're not thinking about food. So all of those bonuses are worth over $1,000. And you're going to get that included in your ticket, but I'm only offering this week. I will not be offering this again. Only for women who choose to say yes to themselves at this time and make this move this week. VIP spots are limited, and actually price of tickets might increase. I was talking to my team and they were like, wait, you're keeping like the ticket price the same as last year? I was like, yes. And they're like, wait, this is 2.0. Like, what? You need to increase it. So ticket prices may increase as the time goes on. So get your ticket. Message me ticket. Galia already messaged me. Erin, who's on, she already got her ticket. She's in VIP. And many of you guys already got your ticket this past week as well too, clients and things like that. So there's limited spots for VIP, and the bonuses expire this week on Friday. So message me right now the word ticket, and I will share with you where it's happening, all the details. It's going to be incredible. Okay? So when you make a move today, you feel unstoppable. Just because the event isn't happening until next year, you don't wait. You don't wait to become unstoppable. You make a move today that makes you feel unstoppable. I made a move last year that transformed my life, and I'm reaping the rewards right now. It's the moves you choose to make now that transform your life, where you see yourself differently. You fall in love with who you are. You're so proud of the decisions that you make. You can look back at your life and be like, I am so proud that I made that decision for myself. I truly feel unstoppable. So if you know you're meant for more, you value growth as a whole human, this event goes beyond food. If you want to be surrounded by the top badasses, you got to be inside of this space. So message me, ticket, bonuses expire on Friday. Okay, you guys, well, I will go and message all of you guys back, for those of you guys who message me. And the heck up. So Galia, I'll be sending you a message. Anyone else that watches the live or the replay, message me ticket. And Galia, you're going to freak out about where it is. You're going to be like, yes, I'm coming. It's going to be amazing. Okay, you guys, I cannot wait to help you become unstoppable. I cannot wait for you to get your ticket and literally transform this week. Feel a whole other shift and identity. Like you become someone that believes like anything is possible when you make this move for yourself. So I will see you in my DMs, and I cannot wait for the Unstoppable Badass event 2.0. All right, you guys, have an amazing rest of your day. Message me the word ticket, and I will send you all the details before the bonuses expire on Friday. Okay, bye guys.